Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I am so excited to put today's video together for you all. Now I have already filmed this. I filmed this about 3 weeks ago and I edited the video and then something went wrong with the footage. It was corrupt or something and I just couldn't get it off my laptop to then post on YouTube. So we're back filming it again, which I'm not too mad about because it was really humid the morning that I filmed it and the camera kept fogging up, and the temperature hasn't dropped in Bali, but it definitely doesn't feel as humid or as like sweaty hot anymore. So hopefully the quality of this will be a little bit better. It already seems a little bit better just from looking at the camera now. But a quick update for you all. I have been absolutely dying out in Bali. I say that's really dramatic. I think I got food poisoning about 2 days ago and I was so ill, like to the point where I was booking a flight home to England. I was like, oh no, I just can't do this. And then it passed within about 12 hours and now I feel absolutely fine. So I'm back on the bandwagon, I'm filming, I'm settled in this accommodation for the next 10 days now, I think it is. I've just done Camp Bali, which if you follow me over on Instagram and TikTok you might have seen, which was so much fun. I'm going to do a whole kind of review video on that because I've had lots and lots of questions about Camp Bali as a whole, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, sorry, a little bit of a ramble. Have I even said what today's video is going to be? I don't think I have. But today I'm going to film a how to apply to camps video. Now so many people are applying. Some people have been placed at a camp, which is amazing. Some people haven't started their application yet, which is fine. We're still so early on in the process, guys. Like, it is only not even November yet. I'm filming this on October 30th, so we've got time, don't worry. But I wanted to put this video out there to give some tips and some inspo and just some ways to help you when it comes to applying. Now this is kind of tailored to applying to camps specifically, but obviously your agency application will have a lot of the same stuff in anyway. It's been a very long time since I've done an agency application, so I'm going off what I know is on a camp application. So yeah, I'm just going to give you some tips and kind of help out along the way to, yeah, hopefully help you secure your spot at your dream camp and get excited for the summer, guys. Considering it's November in 2 days and that means it's basically Christmas, which means it's basically 2024. Camp is here. Like, it's actually insane. It's wild. So yeah, I'm going to dive right in, give you some tips and tricks, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, my number one tip, and that goes for not even just applying to camps, but just the camp process in general, and it's to be excited. Please, please, please show your excitement for a camp, whether it's in your application, whether it's on an interview, whether it's through any part of the hiring process. Show how excited you are. This is one of the best things you will ever do, genuinely, and you've got to show that you're excited and that you want it and that you are the right candidate for that role. You guys all know how excited I get about camps and I know you all feel it as well, so please just show it when you're applying, because it's going to make your agency or that potential camp employer look at your application and be like, oh wow, like they are really excited, really keen to work at this camp. I want to find out more about them. I want to offer them an interview. I want to go to the next round. So yeah, please be excited. Okay, next up is please don't be putting one word or one sentence answers in any part of your application, whether that's with your agency or whether that's with your camp. If you're asked a question, please dive in and put as much information as possible. Even if it's something that maybe doesn't require as long of a response, maybe try and go on to something else, maybe try and explain something else, because the amount of information that you put into an application will be read. So don't feel like there's going to be too much information and that you're waffling and that you're going on. Obviously to a certain extent, but you guys get the idea. Go into as much detail as possible, because especially when you're applying to camps, if you're applying to camps direct, this is what that camp will see. This is the only thing they will see until they find out what agency you're with and then can maybe get your agency application. But if you're applying direct to a camp, they will only see the application that you have done to them. They won't see your agency application. They won't see all the information you've written down somewhere else. So sell yourself. Go big or go home, genuinely. And remember that what that camp director reads in your application will determine whether or not they want to offer you an interview or whether or not they want to proceed to the next round. So yeah, talk about yourself, get excited, don't be afraid to big yourself up and brag about yourself. Talk about the amazing things that you've done, the experiences you've got, your personality traits. I know it can feel weird to talk about you as a person and really big yourself up and talk about everything. I used to be the worst at that, genuinely, and now that I really feel confident in everything that I do, I love talking about myself, I love selling myself, I love making people aware of the amazing things that I can bring to the table. So yeah, that kind of leads on to the next point I was going to make, which is just be specific and add details. Like I said, your camp director or whoever is reading your application will read all the information that you put in, so go into as much detail as you want. Obviously, the longer your application answers are, the longer a potential employer is going to spend looking at your application, if that makes sense. The longer someone spends looking at your application, the more likely they are to offer you an interview. If they absolutely fly through your application in a few minutes and they feel like they don't actually know you as a person, they haven't got much to base it on, that they're then going to offer you an interview. Does that make sense? I think it does. So write paragraphs about yourself, go into detail about your experience, your skills, your hobbies, things you enjoy, and obviously an employer is then going to spend more time reviewing your application and then potentially offering you an interview. Okay, next one I think is a really, really important one, and it's to add photos and videos to your application. Now, I know this seems so daunting and intimidating. Anytime I was asked to upload a video of whether it was me talking or something, I would freak out. I'd be like, I don't like talking about myself. And now I literally make videos. Like, I literally spend my time talking to a camera, so it obviously feels a lot more natural now for me, but definitely before it wasn't. And I've had a lot of people message me about the agency kind of video that they ask you to upload, just kind of like a quick, I think it's like 60 seconds, I'm not sure how long it is, just like a little intro about yourself. And I know it can seem worrying, and I know not all agencies do require this, but if there's an option to upload one, please do, because just going that extra bit above and beyond, and if it's optional and you choose to do it, chances are a lot of other people haven't, so make sure you do everything that can kind of get you above and beyond. So yeah, I think photos are really important as well. Like when you're submitting an application, you normally can add a profile photo, and this obviously allows a camp employer to put a face to the application that they're reading, and that's really nice to envision how you are as a person, actually be able to see who you are, and then look at all your skills, look at all your experiences, and then look at how you would fit into that particular camp. Or even if your application asks for photo evidence of you maybe teaching a sport or doing a certain hobby or doing something, just add it. Like I said, it goes on from making your application as lengthy and detailed as possible, is really going to help you down the line. Okay, next point I'm going to talk about is please only put skills on your application that you are willing to teach at camp, because when you're normally asked for, I think a lot of camps will ask for maybe your top 3 preferences on activities. That's not just activities that you like personally, it's what you are willing to then teach at camp. Obviously, this is a job application, so it's asking about what skills you currently have that can be transferred into a role. Now, a lot of the times you don't have to have actually taught a specific skill to get that job role at camp. Obviously it helps, and experience and qualifications in a certain thing will benefit you, but it's definitely not necessary. A lot of camps will offer full training when you get there in a sport or an activity or anything. You kind of are covered anyway, but please make sure those skills you put down are something you're comfortable to teach. Maybe you've played tennis since you were 7 years old, you love it as a sport, you've done it a lot as an individual, but you're actually not comfortable teaching it to kids. Please don't put that down on your application, because a camp is going to see that and then think, oh, they've got all this amazing tennis experience, they've done that, I'm going to offer them this tennis role, when you're not actually comfortable teaching it. So yeah, make sure you have a think about the roles that you have done personally, and make sure you then can transfer those skills and teach them in a coaching or teaching setting. This is just going to help your application look as professional as possible as well, that all the roles you're talking about and the skills that you've put down, you are more than happy to teach when you get to camp. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is kind of similar to what I've already said, but it's just to sell yourself. Like, genuinely brag about yourself, talk about yourself in the most possible way, and just have fun with your application. Don't be shy or afraid to talk about your experiences or your skills or just you as a person, because like I said earlier, this is your first chance to really sell to that particular camp's hiring team why you should be offered an interview. Because unfortunately, it doesn't really matter how bubbly or perfect you might be for that role if you can't get that across in your application, because these camps don't know you yet. They have to want to offer you an interview based on the information you give them in your application. So yeah, I hope that's given you a little bit of an idea on kind of how to apply, some different things you can talk about, ways that you can really be excited and sell yourself and have fun with it, because like I said at the start, this is going to be one of the best things you ever do, and it's the best thing that I've ever done, and I will be forever grateful for camp as an experience and the fact that I get to go and spend my summers there every single year. So just know this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and not many people will do this. And yeah, just know that if you're already thinking about it, if you're already applying, if you're already looking at different camps, you've already got that potential to have such an amazing summer at camp. So yeah, have fun with it. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below or drop me a message over on Instagram. You guys know I'm always more than happy to help. If you also have any specific video requests or ideas that you want to see, please leave them down below as well. I am going home at the start of March is the plan at the moment, so I'm really excited to be based back towards home. I'm not going to be in England the whole time. I'm going to do some traveling around Europe and stuff. Sorry, this is a complete side note, but I'm excited to film content back home. I really wanted to film like another summer camp giveaway this year like I did the year before, and I couldn't do that because I wasn't based in the UK. So doing camp shopping hauls in Primark and doing stuff like that makes me really excited for the whole camp process as well. I feel like camp really snuck up on me this past summer because I was living in Australia, and I really didn't have the same time to process it like I did the year before when I was filming so many videos, I was prepping, I was literally just getting so ready. So I am actually really excited to be based like back that side of the world just on the run up to camp, just because for me I get so much more excited. I don't know why, and it's just what's working out for me at the moment. So but yeah, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.